Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? You're welcome. You're welcome to Reality Check with YEWANDE ADEKOYA. Good to have you here. Happy New Year once again. This is the second week in the new year. How are we doing? How's our goals been? And last week we talked about goal setting and how to take steps to achieve it. I hope we've written down our goals and we've started taking steps on how to achieve it. Okay, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Reality Check with YEWANDE ADEKOYA. Hope you're doing good. You're fine. No matter what you're going through, this year is going to be great, okay? Once you have found that and you work towards it and you keep coming to Reality Check every week, I'm sure everything will be fine, okay? So today I decided to take on a topic because I've been getting feedback from people on the goal setting that I talked about. And some people had reservations because some of the goals they've set initially, they've not had any traction. They've been disappointed. You know, they've been disappointed. They've not had tractions on the goals that they set. And now I'm telling them to go ahead and set another one. So people have been going through, I've been getting some, feedback on that. And I decided to talk about dealing with disappointments and rejection today. Okay, dealing with disappointments and rejection today. Because writing another set of goals in 2020 is not, some people are just not okay with it, because the last one they wrote, maybe 2019, I had someone that said he had goals for 2019, and when he did the review, it was like a failure to him and all that. And so why am I telling him how can he forge ahead and go on, move on? So those are the kind of people that I'm talking to today. And also, for some of us that have written our goals down for 2020, there definitely will be some form of disappointment and rejection along the line. So we need to know how to manage it as we go on. It is a process. Disappointment, failure, rejection is part of the process. Okay? So what's the dictionary meaning of disappointment? It talks about displeasure or sadness caused by non-fulfillment of expectation. We have a lot of expectation, and you've basically written out something, maybe financially or on a relationship, and it didn't work out as you had planned it. Okay, so some of us have written down goals and achievements, different areas. Most of the time, the feedback I've gotten, most of them are from the relationship aspect and the personal development aspect. And I know that finances as well, people have issues when it comes to achieving their goals or getting disappointed with that, okay? And the experience of a painful and of disappointment can be very painful, or rejection, no doubt. Everyone in this life, one way or the other, has gone through that experience. Nobody has gone through life smooth. Show me one person that has gone through that life. There will always be challenges. There will always be one disappointment or the other. However, there are ways by which we can manage it, and we can even be a stepping stone onto a greater height. Okay, so it could be a very, very painful experience if you've been rejected, especially when you put in your time, you put in your resources and all that. So rejection in, for example, relationship, it could be very painful. However, that is not the end of the world. I mean, we're in 2020 now, 2021 will come, 22 will come, 19 is gone, 2019 is gone. So no matter what it is, just know that there's a time, it's time bound. Okay, even the feeling of rejection and all that. So you can own up to that feeling. Don't hide away from it. Don't keep it. Don't suppress it. You can feel sad, disappointed. It's fine. It's a review. You can do a review. Okay, it's okay to hold on to it, because when you now suppress it, it could lead to health issues, it could lead to, you know, depression and all that. I'm not saying you should hold on to it. Just, you know, you can look for a support system, someone you could talk to about the disappointment or the rejection that you've gone through, or maybe when you start going through it. This is normal, okay? So we do that. After doing that, let it not be something that for 1 month you are now wallowing in that disappointment, wallowing in that particular situation that you are in. Acknowledge it, feel it. If you want to cry, you cry. If you want to, you know, relax, you relax. It's a feeling that will pass, okay? Don't wallow in it, because people tend to wallow in it, and then self-doubt comes in. You begin to get discouraged, depressed, you give up on life, you know, because of one or two disappointments or the other. To you, it might be something that is terrible. It could be a loss of a loved one. It could be a contract job that you've been looking for. It could be an exam that you want to pass or something. One way or the other, you have gone through some form of disappointment, but it will pass. Self-doubt and discouragement and depression will all just lead you to nowhere. It will not allow you to focus and move on in life. So find, as you own and acknowledge whatever it is that you're going through, do not wallow in the disappointment or the rejection state. I'll give you an example. You know, I like to give myself as an example when it comes to reality check with YEWANDE. I was in a relationship. You know, I thought it was going to lead to marriage. One thing or the other, it did not. And for the first 1-2 months, you would think that somebody had actually died. You know, it was that bad. And to me then, it was a situation where I thought I couldn't move on. You know, but 2-3 months down the line, you know, God told me a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. I started going through all that. And before you know it, I was out of it, and it helped me. If I'm looking back now, I don't know what would have happened if I had gone ahead with that relationship. So most of the time, not all the time, most of the times, some of the relationship or disappointment that we have or the rejection that we have is for our own good. In fact, it is part of the process, because afterwards, it made me stronger. It made me believe more in myself. I came back, I bounced back, and it helped me. So I hope I will be able to help someone today that is going through that as a result of what you have put in for 2019 and did not work out. Or maybe, you know, something, it depends. But just know that disappointment is a feeling that will pass. It happens. Challenges happen to everyone, you know, but it is a stage, it is just a process. It's supposed to make you stronger. Disappointment come, but it will go. And then it can even be a story. The same way I just told you one of the numerous ones that I've had, you know, the same way you can also tell somebody else, okay? So how do you deal with disappointment if it comes? Because we're not planning to fail now, but like I said, if you are someone that leaves your comfort zone, you will feel disappointed. You feel some disappointment along the way, or rejection, or some no's when you lock the door. Some people will just say, no, sorry, the application was not, you know, you are not being chosen and all that. How do you manage it? Like I said earlier, everyone goes through one form of rejection or disappointment or the other. Yours to you might be a serious thing right now, and you seem as if you cannot move on. It is part of it. Acknowledge the situation. Know that, okay, you're going through this particular situation, what could have happened? You do a review, acknowledge it, then you learn from it. Take a review of what has happened. You know, how did you go wrong? What did you do? Maybe there's also some decisions you took financially. For example, you go into a business, you know, you did not do some of your work well, and also it could happen. You need to Take time to learn from the experience. What did I do wrong? How did I go? How did I, how did I get this way? How did this happen? There are some questions. Now, I'm not saying you should be second guessing yourself. I'm saying that after you have acknowledged the disappointment, you have felt sorry for yourself, you have gone through all that, then it is another process to take a review of what has happened. There might be some things that you need to learn, because most of the experiences that you have is, most of the experiences we have is for us to be able to learn from it and not make the same mistakes that were made before. So we take time out to learn from the experiences. Is it a business deal, partnering with a family, no matter whatever it is for you. For a student, it could be exams, it could be anything. You have to take time to now learn from the experience, because it's okay to be beaten, once beaten, twice shy, You should not repeat the same mistake again. It could be a mistake on your part, it could be on the other person's part, but whatever it is that you're going through, you can take a review of that situation and learn from it. Seriously, if you learn from it, you know another way not to do it wrong the next time. So you will not most likely go into that kind of error again. Okay? So after learning from it, like I said, you question your expectations. Sometimes we draw up goals that are not realistic, not too realistic, and then we don't get to achieve it. So it is part of the goal setting. Your goals have to be realistic. Even though you are trying to stretch yourself, but let it be a bit realistic. I know some of us are working with faith, but let it be more realistic so that you can also work with it. Sometimes you need to look at it that way. It depends, depending on that. Some of our goals, some of the situations are beyond our control. Take, for example, like I said, marriage. You can put in your goal for 2020 that you want to get married. But from your end, it might be okay, but you cannot marry yourself. If somebody else is not available, then you cannot say that goal that you have failed. You can only make yourself, accessible. You can go for programs, when you write down a goal, then you now begin to write out steps, daily steps, weekly steps, things that you need to do to achieve those goals. So for example, you want to get married this year, or you want to meet somebody this year, then you'll be more outgoing, you go to places where you could meet people, you make more friends and all that. Once you have done your own path, for that particular one, the end result is not within your control. You could just go ahead with it. But for example, the exam, you can read, you can learn from the mistakes that you have made, if it has to do with personal development or health goals, and all that. You can learn from the mistakes that you have made so that you will not make that mistake again. That disappointments come and rejection come, but you do not have to dwell there. It should propel us to move to the next level. Okay, there's this saying by Robert Kiyosaki that says, the size of your success is measured by the strength of your desire and how you handle disappointment along your way. So the people that are successful, ask them if they met any form of disappointment or any form of rejection. You will see that they have had plenty, but they just dealt with it. They did not wallow in it. And for you, if you say this year you're going to be successful, you're going to leave your comfort zone, you're going to move to another level, you will meet some form of rejection along the way. So prepare for it. Even our Lord Jesus, I'm a Christian, promised us, God promised us. He did not say this on this earth that there will be nothing. He said there will be tribulations and trials, but be of good cheer, I will overcome. So you have that mentality of an overcomer. No matter what comes your way, you know that you will win. That is it. You will win. Even the situation that you are in, no matter the rejection, you will win. So don't let that deter you from setting up new goals or setting up your goals and moving forward. So afterwards, again, there's this adage in my language that says that the elderly people, their experience is far more, I don't know how to translate it, you know, that old people, when you see an elderly person, it comes with a lot of experience, a lot of experience. You cannot compare yourself. He might not have money like you have money, but he has gone through experiences. People, every experience you go through is supposed to make you a better person. In this life, you're supposed to go through one form of experience or exam or the other, okay? So another thing you do afterwards, after you've done all that, is to now take a review at the modified one. Some people believe so much in their dreams, believe so much in that expectation that they still keep at it. If you are that kind of a person, then don't be deterred. You know, don't be deterred. You can go back, dust yourself, and pick yourself up again, and still set that particular goal. You will achieve it if you believe. Passion is a strong force. If you believe it, nothing can stop you except yourself. So you can still keep at it. But some people, after doing the review, they realize that, oh, I should not have done it this way. I should not have done it that way. So you modify what your expectation is, and then you come up with something else. You know, we need to do, thank you so much. We need to be able to focus. So what it will now help you to do now, after you have remodified your expectation, because you have gone through it, you have done the review, then you remodify your expectation, and then you still work at it. Be steadfast, be immovable. You have to be consistent at it. It should not stop you from drawing up a new goal in 2020 that you will achieve. The fact that you did not achieve some in 2019 does not mean that's the end of it. One thing I can assure you, that whatever form of disappointment or rejection you've gone through, and that feeling is still there, it will pass. It will pass. And if you do not take decisions afterwards and then you wallow in it, you might regret later. Regret is a very painful thing, because you, instead of doing things at the right time, because of what you've gone through, you now decide to let it go or leave it like that. You might eventually regret it later. You would have wished you had done something about it. So reality check with YEWANDE is coming to you for some people that are going through some form of disappointment or rejection at this period, that it will pass. And it shouldn't stop you from even aiming higher. The pain can be the stepping stone for you to move to the next level. Okay, so what I expect, what you're supposed to do actually is to now remodify what your expectation is, put them down as the next goal, and you work at it. Remember the last topic we talked about is setting your goals. You set your goals spiritually, health-wise. You set your goals for relationship, you know, family and friends kind of thing. Family and friends, that's the third one. Then your financial goals and the personal development goals, mental goals and all that. I'm not saying you will get 100% at the end of the year, but the goals help you to be more focused. You know what you are working at. You are not distracted. You know, just a saying that says, if you do not plan, you know, if you do not plan, you plan to fail. You need to plan. The goals are just there for you to be able to work towards something. Even if you want to have fun, you want to do so many things, it is based on what you want to achieve. So do not be discouraged. Don't let this whole this whole year go by, and then it will now come to a regret. Okay, so how do you handle it? You acknowledge your disappointment, you acknowledge the feeling that you're going through. You take a review. Afterwards, you take a review of what has happened. You learn from the experience. Did I do it right? Was there something else I could have done? You know, whatever it is, if it's within your control, fine, you change it. If it's not, then you know that it's not for you. Okay, so you focus. Very, very important that you focus and keep going. A lot of successful people have gone through distractions, have gone through disappointment, have gone through a lot of rejection, but they still came out as winners, because it is a mindset thing. Whatever you believe, is what will happen. You have gone through, it is not a roadblock. It is a hurdle that you have to pass. So I encourage you, okay? If you have any question, you could drop it. Okay, so I see some questions. If you have any question, you could drop it, I could answer it. But don't let your disappointment or rejection in 2019 or before now stop you from moving forward in 2020. 2020 is a wonderful year that is just coming in. It's 2 weeks already. So I expect, like I said, some people to have written out their goals and you started taking steps to work on them. So in summary, this is what I do. I could, like I said, I could help you. If you're finding it difficult to set your goals, I could help you out and point you in the right direction, you know, that you can go to. For me, my 2020, I have a lot of goals that I've set out. This is one of them, you know. And the more you set goals, the more you find out that you are able to achieve them. You take a review on a monthly basis, take a review of the goals that you have set. Some you achieved, some you find it difficult to achieve. It's okay, it's fine. The ones that you have been able to achieve, pat yourself on the back, celebrate the small wins that you have, and then you move on to other ones. The ones that you've not been able to achieve, if it's not due to laziness, because I realize that some of us are also lazy in achieving some of the things that we want to achieve. You know, we pray and then we leave it to God as if He's going to come down from heaven and do those things for us. He has empowered us. We have prayed, and I expect us to just take on whatever it is, take all the necessary actions for us to achieve our goals. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everyone that has come. If you have any question, please drop them and let me know. Also, I'll be bringing up in the course of months to come, I'll be bringing up people that have gone through one thing or the other that could help to, to encourage us on Reality Check with YEWANDE. I'll be inviting some guests so that you could know that this is true life. And I decided that it will not be only a textbook thing for us. It will be reality, things that we can do, that we will go through and, be able to practicalize. We practicalize it, we come back with feedback, and then we're learning every day. Remember that, this age of online, things are happening every day, and we need to keep up with time. So like I said, if you've gone through some form of disappointment or rejection, just know that it's a stepping stone or to greater heights. If you see it like that, you will be ready for it, and you just step on it and move on to greater heights. So I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you well. Thank you for joining me. If you're just coming in, you can go ahead and replay this and ask any question you want to ask. But I know that nothing can stop you except yourself. Whatever you are going through is a stepping stone onto greater heights. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for so much, all the support that I've been getting. I am grateful, and I'm also willing to support you if you reach out. If you need any form of help or the other, just reach out to me, DM me, or chat me, and I'll get back to you. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.